Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Forever Skies. My name's Steve Woody, and in this series we've been talking you through everything you need to know with all of the things to do within Forever Skies. We've just visited the garden platform and done everything we need to do here, and we're now ready to take off and head to our next location. So in order to do that, we're just going to take off here, and before we go, we want to try and see if we can get some of the glass that's available. Now, we can't get any higher because we don't have another turbine on, but what we could do is try and position ourselves to have a look outside and see if we can reach up here. Now, it might be a bit difficult, but you might be able to position yourself around to get some of this glass and also some of this metal. If you can, I would highly recommend just taking some time to do this. It's worth it. Now, this is not always the easiest thing to do. It does lock on, which is nice, but also when you start to extract, it sometimes moves, and if there's anything blocking line of sight, it stops extracting. So this is one of the things that could cause a bit of frustration, and if it does happen, don't worry about it. Don't spend too long here, but if you are able to grab this stuff through these like grates and grills and things like that, then obviously do try and do that. If you need to reposition a couple of times, you can also do that. It's probably easier to do that. Just make sure you don't crash. Okay, so we're just going to back up, go around this other side here. We're going to have one more go, see if we can find any more of the glass up here. So that we can see these metal structures here. There's some glass here that we can access. And we're going to use this to upgrade some of our things that we have. This facility is really good for glass. And glass is something that you're going to struggle with because you need it, but you can't find it freely in the world just by the same way you can synthetics and metal. Meaning you have to come to these buildings to be able to acquire glass. So if you can stock up on it, it does make a lot of sense to do that. But again, it's not easy to be able to grab it, and we can't go high enough at the moment to be able to do that. But that's fine, we've got enough here. We can now go to our researcher. We're able to make a filtering bottle if we want to. I'm not going to make that at the moment because I'd be more interested in making this upgrade station. So for the upgrade station, okay, I'm going to use that. Also, I've got these other things. I can't make an extractor yet because I don't have an energy crystal. I could make a crossbow and a bolt if I had the stuff for that. And I could also make a motherboard. I know how I can do that as well. So, I need some more glass to do this. I also need circuit boards and polymer. So, again, I'm not quite there yet, but definitely closer. Alright, we're going to look where we need to go. And it says that we need to go right. So, we're going to spin this round. And we can see there's a lot of mountings there that we're not going to get over, so we need to go around those. Also, we can see fuel has been depleted in one of the engines, so we're just going to go ahead and craft some more fuel. We're going to use synthetic fuel at the moment.
Printing completed.
We're not really positioned in the best place at the moment. There's not a lot of resources here, so if that ever happens, just reposition yourself. Always make sure you've got some fuel to be able to do that. We've got some fuel in there, so we're okay. So we're going to just chuck that in there. We're just going to spin around. Actually going to come down a little bit as well. So we're kind of heading towards this. We can see where the resources, where they're coming out of the ground. So we're going to head forward. We're also going to press R, and then we're going to come out. So we're going forward, and then that's going to allow us, whilst we're moving in the direction we want to go, to grab some more of this. We want to do this because we want as much of this fuel as possible. It's not the best fuel, but it works for now. We also have the opportunity, because we have the helium from before, we could make helium fuel. Okay, that should be more than enough for us, so we're going to print some more fuel. And we're going in a straight line, but we're only going at 14 at the moment, so we'll put some in the other one, and that will double our speed. Perfect. And then we'll just craft some more. Alright, so speed's up now.
Printing completed.
Put some more into here as well. You can see this is very low efficiency and it's not ideal because it does go down quickly. We could make some helium. We do have some helium fuel, so we could make that. So if it does run out, we can make some of this instead. And for that, we just need 1 helium and a few synthetics. And it will last probably twice as long. There's actually a platform here that we can land at, so we're going to just take a quick detour. Just because it doesn't hurt to land at any platform when you have an opportunity to grab a battery. We're just going to come down here.
Printing completed.
And this will be a quick stop. We know exactly what we need to do. We know what materials we're going to get here. Plastics are really good here. Also some machine parts. And also we get a battery as well. So always worth visiting to gather what you can from these places. Don't rush to do the story. There is really no rush to follow the quest progression. You'll do it naturally, and it doesn't take that long at the moment. So just take some time, explore when you can, and grab these things when you're here. We're going to jump down into here. Alright. Going to grab all of this. Some synthetic fuel there as well, which is nice. And a data card. Data cards are great, so that's a railing. We've just found a railing. Again, you're going to find so many of these, which is why it's always worth stopping at them. Because when you come to wanting to upgrade your ship later, these are the things you're going to need. Okay, that's been done. Oh, there's some more down here that we missed. Grab that. Again, these are each one of these is 30 synthetic if you were to craft it. So if you grab them, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, we're just going to head up and grab the battery, and then we're off. This is a nice, simple radio tower. Easy one to be able to do. Some more here, which is great. Grab that. Grab that. Oh, inventory is full. Okay, well, we're just going to eat that. We'll take the battery. And we've done everything we need to do here, so we just press escape and unstuck, and we're back on our ship. Okay. Open the fuel tank. We can chuck that fuel in that we found. And we're good to go. We can put these in here just to make a few more spaces. Alright, we can make some more helium fuel. And off we go. So, we take off. And in taking off and doing that, that's going to allow us to move to where we need to go. So we need to move around here. Oh, careful, don't hit into anything. I just hit something. Be a better pilot than me, don't be me. You see we just cracked our screen. Hey, but that's okay, it doesn't matter because we can come away and we can repair it. We have so many repairs now, which is great. We've got everything else we need here, we're good. Alright, let's control the ship. We're going to head around in a circle. There's a lot of stuff we could go and visit. We're not going to at the moment. We're going to come back around here. And we'll be able to visit all of these later. We'll be able to come back to them. Okay, so the mountains here on this side. Basically, this is the area in the middle. On one side of this circle, if you imagine it as a circle around the area we're going to, on one side is mountains, and on the other side are these vines that you can kind of see in front of us. You have to navigate around those vines. And so we're just trying to go straight ahead now. Alright, engine is damaged, which means we need to repair it. I thought we picked up some repair stuff, but maybe we didn't. That's fine, because guess what? We can make some with some plastic scrap. Which I know we... Oh no, there it is. Repair patches right there. So we can... That one's fine. That one needs repairing. Just look around. Just move this around. Just see, is there anything else that needs repairing? No, there's not. That's great. Okay, I can just chuck that back on the floor if I want to. Alright. Make sure you don't hit these. We're going to go a bit higher to get away from them. Alright, we're going through these vines. So we can see 2 lights there. If you remember the 2 lights are the solar, the wind farm, sorry. So single light is a radio tower, 2 light is a, the single light is an orange light, that is a radio tower, the 2 lights are white, that is a wind farm, And the 3 lights, which we saw are kind of like a green colour, that was the garden. You can see where we're aiming for. If we keep moving forward, if you look in front of us, there's kind of a building, a tower with a circle on top of it. And that's what we're heading for. I think we've lost some fuel in one of our engines, so we're just going to open this up. We have indeed. Alright, so now we can put our helium fuel in here. That helium fuel is going to last a lot longer. So we're going to make some more helium fuel. I do believe that's actually the last of the helium. Nope, we've got some more there, that's great, we'll take that. Also, we're going to make some food whilst we're here, because we're probably going to get hungry. And we're heading in the right direction, so everything is good. We need some water, so we'll do that. We'll take back over control, turn off the lock, reposition ourselves. And again, you just need to be careful you don't hit into any of this. You don't want to damage your ship. But this purple light is where we're heading. So at this stage we've identified all of the platforms. The radio tower is the first platform. The wind farm or the wind turbine is the second platform. The garden is the third platform. And this is the fourth platform. As of right now, there are only the 4 platforms in the game. So this is the last one. And we're actually quite close to the end of the storyline. In this tower is where we're going to find our large storage box. So once we've completed this, and it's going to take us some time, but once we've completed this, we'll then be able to go back and upgrade our ship and explore a bit more and get all of the other things that we need. But for the purpose of the story mode and this introduction video series, I want to kind of run you through this. And so in order to do this, we need to be able to land, and in order to do that, we need another turbine. 3 turbines is all you're going to need. So we're actually going to stop here. Let's just check. I think that's run out. Yep, that one's run out of fuel, so we'll chuck some in there. And you can still see in here, there's still 86 in here, so that's great. Okay, so in order to get a turbine, we know what to do. We just need to print it. We've got all the materials, which is fantastic. I'm just going to consume this overcooked meal. And we're going to boil up that lobster. Alright. Start to move forward. We're aiming for the back side here where those containers are. You can see the containers. That's where we're aiming. That's where we want to go in. Okay, so it says explore the surfaced lift location. So this is a surface lift. If we look at our tab and go to our studies, it's not actually showing up on here. We can get some sleep. Now the printer's done. We can take the turbine and we can do exactly what we did before. We can just come out and stick it absolutely anywhere so that it sticks on the ship, and we can fix it later. So all we're trying to do now is get high enough. Okay, that third turbine is going to give us the lift. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just position ourselves here. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to drop down. We're going to jump out.
Uncharted area. The
Okay.
preliminary analysis started.
Now that we're out, we can grab our turbine that we had on the side here.
Analysis completed. No unidentified objects were detected.
There we go, we've grabbed it. And we can stick that on the back, kind of to go with the rest of them if we want to. There we go, so we've got our 3 turbines there. We can tidy that up later, it's not a problem. We can also kind of move this water capture if we want to, so we can get out the other side. There's a lot of stuff we can do to kind of tidy this up and fix this up, but for now, it's serving a purpose. Okay, so what we're going to do with our knife is we're going to head over this way. There's nothing over here, you can kind of have a look, but there's nothing to do. What we want to do is go inside. You can look around here, there's nothing really in here. You can go up there, but there's nothing to do. There is one table in here somewhere. Oh, they've taken it out. There was a table in here before. It seems to have gone. Very strange. Okay, we're going to come out this way. Here is a battery and a computer. The computer doesn't work, but we can see it's up here. But we can't get up there. So we need to Go up this ladder. Once we're up this ladder, we need to spin around. We need to drop down through this hole here. But not this side. We need to drop down over here where this blue wire is. So follow the blue wire. It will tell us where we're going. Open this, put the battery in, and now we can drop down. Okay, and now we can click on this. So, under dust, research laboratory, that's where we are. Our lab stand fell into the smog. The mounts broke off and the equipment went to hell. All the tools, including our only virus sample analyzer. People were lost. We need to assemble a team to try and recover the most precious things. There are a few volunteers because it's impossible to breathe down there. The filters in the masks clog up after a while. Fortunately, we have a prototype oxygen bottle that lasts longer. We still need the hand extractor to get through the debris. I pray we don't hear those voices out here again. Alright, so lots of things. We need to explore the area underneath the dust, okay? So that's what it's telling us to do. Now, in order to do that, there's a few things that we're going to have to uncover here. So let's just go through here. There's nothing else to do here, by the way. There's nothing else to do here except go into this lift. In here, there's some boxes. You can research these. These are old storage boxes. There's also an organic printer. You can research this. You can even use this. This will allow you to make empty bottles, organic medikits, and a small oxygen tank. Okay, so we can make a small oxygen tank if we want to, but we need a dust daisy. Where do we get a dust daisy from? Well, I'm glad you asked. We go down. You can use these to store stuff. So if you've got stuff you don't want to carry on you at the moment, you can store it in here. And that way we have a lot more space. Now, we're in a place called Underdust. Okay, here we go, Underdust. This is the new place, and there's a lot of stuff we need to find here, okay? The wrecked storage box, the thick creepers, which is in the greenhouse tower, the oxygen refill station, the medium oxygen tank, energy crystals, the blockade, the ice dew. Okay, now as soon as we get out here, as soon as we step out, our oxygen starts to go down. And we have a limited amount of time. Now if we step back inside here, our oxygen comes back and we're okay. So we need to understand that as we are moving around, we have a limited amount of time before we die. Okay, now here's the really cool thing. If I'm out here and I'm worried that I'm going to die, press escape, click unstuck, and you're safe. It's a bit cheeky, but it could save your life. So just be aware of that. So we're going to take this energy crystal and we're going to look around. There's some polymer up there. We'll take that. We've already scanned that. We're not going to scan everything because obviously the battery life. Okay, but we're just going to walk around and scan everything. So these arrows on the floor will lead you back into this room. Okay, so I recommend not cheesing it. Do it properly. We're going to take these dust daisies. We want those. We've come straight forward from where the elevator was. And this we're going to scan. Okay, that's an oxygen refill station. Okay, now we can come this way. We can use our knife, cut through these vines, get some biomass. And we're going to look around and pick up everything there is to pick up. First aid kit, transformer, old can. We've got these. Perfect. Alright, that's everything on the floor there. We can come up this ladder here. Come across here. And we can jump across. And we can take these energy crystals. Remember, when you take stuff, it scans it. So it's okay to take it. Alright, we've taken everything that was in here in this part of the room. This is done. We can now leave this room. Our oxygen's going down, so what we want to do is head back through these white arrows out here. And we can dump all of this stuff into here. There's also 2 more on this side, so just dump everything that you don't need and we're good to go. And then we go back in again. So we've been in and we've been right. We're now going to go straight ahead. Walk up here and grab this one. There's some more stuff over here. We can grab this one. Okay. Now you can use an energy crystal if you have one to power this up, but I wouldn't waste them. You're going to need them later, and honestly, you don't need to put them in here right now. This is kind of like a dungeon, if you can imagine. And so you kind of do want to be good with your time and your resources, but you don't want to waste them. There's a lot of these. And if you can't, and basically what happens is you put a crystal in here and you can refill your oxygen. But you don't need to do that. Like, you don't need to worry about that. So we're just going to walk around and we're going to take everything we can from in here. All of the scraps, all of the material, everything we can find. We're going to take it all. And then when we're getting a bit low, we're going to come back out. And that's it. Just get into the habit of doing that. That's all there really is to do here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the idea behind this again is to make sure that you get all of the materials to fill up these boxes. Once these boxes are filled up, you can get ready to head towards the surface. Now, before we head up, there is another thing that I want to do. So we're going to head back into the room. And this time, we're going to assume that we have cleared everything to the right. And on the left, we can see these stairs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these stairs up. There's a thing here to read. These damn blockades. I'm so close. If only I could somehow make those metal walls above disintegrate. They're way too heavy to lift and I can see there's something behind them. Okay, so we can head up here. Again, more stuff to grab. Come across here and to jump. Bit of parkour. Oh, we fell down. That's not ideal. If you find yourself in a situation where you're struggling or can't get across, that's absolutely fine. Just take a time, reset, go back out if you need to, come back in again. But there's some more stuff here.
Oxygen level is low.
Again, don't panic. The key here is not to panic about any of this. Okay, so we've just gathered everything here. We're going to head back down. And we're starting to learn this area and feel a bit more comfortable. We know how to get in and out. We know how to fill everything up in our boxes. And that's really what this is all about here. So, I'm just going to drink some water. There we go. And I'm going to eat some food. Cool. So, I've got everything I need. I'm in a good place. I feel good. Now we can go back in again. Okay, so we've done everything on the right. On the left, we've been up those stairs and done everything up there. The last thing to do right now is to come up this ladder. Okay, so we're going to come up this ladder. Once we do that, we're on this floor. Now, we have to be careful now because the further we go, the less time we have, right? So, you can gather everything that you want around here. We can look around in here. Gather all of this stuff, come through into this room here. Again, you can look around, make sure you get everything, but then make sure you get out. Okay, we can't get through there. That's fine, we can grab these. We don't need to do the oxygen there. We don't need to go down there. There's nothing else there we need to do. Alright, so once we've had a look around and we feel a bit comfortable where we are, okay, we're going to drop down. We're going to head this way. We're going to follow these arrows. Always follow these arrows. They will take you out. If you need to get out, just follow the arrows. That's the key. Remember, the other thing you can do here is you can just drop stuff on the floor and it will stay here. So you can do that as well. So we go back in. And this time, we're going round. We did that ladder. Okay, if we go around to the left here, that's where we just come out. So it all links round. Okay, so on the left side here, we're going to go back up again. And again, that oxygen, we're just making sure we don't run out of oxygen. Okay, now we've done that, we're going to come around here. Now we need to go through here. This is what's blocked, but we need the extractor for that, and we don't yet have it. So we're going to come through this way again, where we did before. We're going to look through, make sure we've gathered everything we can. This is where we was before. We've done everything here. There's nothing left, we can drop back down again. Okay, and we can continue to look at this area. So if we want to, just grab those. Perfect. Okay, we'll drop these off. Okay, and we go back in. So now everything on the right and on the left has been done. Everything we can currently do. What we did now is we're going this way. And this way we're following the arrows but backwards. Now we can look in here. There's this whole section here. We can gather everything from here. Again, we want to gather as much as we can. It's going to make it easier for when we have to craft in a minute. Okay. We can also go up here. A little bit of parkour here, so you need to kind of jump across here. Follow this across, duck down. You can kind of drop down into this little area here. You can grab some more energy crystals. There's a few of them here. Grab some bits that are in here. Okay, and then you can kind of jump out of here, but if you ever find yourself stuck, just use the unstuck. Alright, we're going to grab these.
Oxygen level is low.
Okay, we're okay for oxygen at the moment. We're going to keep walking around here. Okay, we've done everything here. Perfect. Okay, we're going to look inside here. Grab everything inside here. Okay, great. That's enough. So, we've now done all of the initial side and all of this side in here. Okay, just grab those. That is all done now. So, let's head back out. Again, we're very low, so we're going to head out. Alright. Chuck everything on the floor. Just so it's here. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you before we go back up. We've done the right hand side and we've done the left hand side. We went up that ladder as far as we can go at the moment and we went through this door. These are the only two ways to go, by the way. It's straight on or left. Left through the door or straight on. When you go straight on you can go right, that's a dead end, or left. And then this you can go up the ladder and it wraps around. Okay, what I want to do is go left, left, and right through here. This is a new room. You haven't been in here yet. Okay, so we can take these crossbow bolts. Always good to have these. We can also take this stuff. This room, you can't do much in here. There's some of these plants that we had before. You can take these if you want. I'm not going to take all of them because they start to decay. And also you don't need all of these dust daisies, but you can take a couple if you want. Alright, we're going to keep going through here. We're going to grab these crystals. There's more of these on here, loads of them. We don't need to do anything. That's everything we can do in this room at the moment. Now, there is some stuff up here where if we were to jump and grab it, we could get that. Also, if you have a crossbow in here, you can crossbow that. And if we look at that and scan it, that is a blockade. If we use a crossbow on that, it will knock down the ladder. Okay, so that's also something good to know. Alright, follow the arrows and we're going to head back out. There is one more room to look at. Okay, so drop this stuff off. That's great. Now we're going to go back in. This can be overwhelming at first if you're not used to it. So left, left, and this time, instead of going right, this was where we come into this room last time. Instead of that, we're going to keep following these arrows round. Keep following the arrows round. We went into this room last time, so on the right, here's another room. This is a different room. Okay, we're going to grab these. We're going to look around. Again, up here, there's loads of stuff up here we can grab. And the idea at the moment is just to grab as much of this as possible before we head back up. Okay, we're going to look around here. Use our knife. We can cut through this area here. Okay, grab some more stuff in here. Make sure you grab everything. Make sure you've got it all. Okay, and now we can head back out again. Now, there is an area here that we could go down, but we can't get down there at the moment because of this plant. If we scan this plant, we'll learn that we need a hypothermia booster to require it because it senses the body temperature and won't let you past. So, okay, we now know that we need to create a hypothermia booster to be able to get through. Okay, let's come back out. Drop all of the stuff off. Okay, and come back out. Going back in one more time. All the way around. All the way around. We did the room on the right. This time we're doing the one on the left. And this one in here is the last room. This is another way down. Same plant, same problem. We can't go any further. Okay, but this is the last room. So we're going to grab everything that's in here. Look around. Okay, do everything we need to do in here. Okay, now whilst we're in here, this last room, we're going to come up here. Okay, we're going to bend down. We're going to come up through here. Up here. You've got to be quick to do this because you need to be able to get out. We're going to jump over there. come into this room, get our scanner out, and we're going to scan this oxygen tank. We're also going to grab the oxygen thing from there, okay? So now we've got that, we can grab the crystals from in here. Make sure we grab those. This was the ladder that we could knock down if we were able to hit the thing. Don't know where it is, but yeah. There's nothing else we can do in here. That's everything that's done. What's that? Oh, metal component, that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to head out. So head back down. If you find yourself in a situation where you're panicking or you don't have enough to get out, remember, just press escape and unstuck yourself. You'll be safe. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Obviously, you don't want to cheese it like that if you can help it. Try and get in and out. You do want to do that. Everything's now in here. We can now take the elevator and go back up. We've now done everything down here initially that we can do. And again, take as long as you need. Explore, navigate, go a bit further, a bit further. You don't need to use any energy crystals, so don't turn on or enable any of the oxygen. Now if we look at the studies and we look at the under dust, we've completed most of this. Thick creepers, we still need to find thick creepers, we'll do that soon. But we also need the wrecked storage box, and that's what we want. That's what we're really after, okay? So, in order to be able to craft a hand extractor, we're going to need a few things. So let's take our plastic scrap, take this, we'll take the polymer, we'll take this, we'll take this. We're going to take a couple of these. Alright, we're going to take some of this, one of those. Anything that we basically know that we're going to need to craft with. These. Take that because we can eat that. That. Take that because we can drink that. Alright. And there's loads and loads of stuff on the floor as well, but nothing that we need to worry about. We'll take the energy crystal. Okay. The rest of that can just stay on the floor for now. Honestly, it's not a problem. We come back out, head back to our ship. Okay, now we're back at our ship. What we need to do is we need to research, and we need to get the extractor. This is what we need now, and we can research it because we now have the energy crystals that we needed. So we've got the plastic scrap and we've got the energy crystals. So let's go ahead and let's craft the extractor, because that's something we're going to need. Okay, so now that that's finished, we can come to the fabricator and we need to craft it. Come to our tools and we can see for an extractor we need a transformer, polymer and a crystal battery. Now I know we've got a crystal battery because I remember seeing one. But we can also make one if we need to. So one energy crystal to make one crystal battery. Must have left it down on the floor, but that's okay. We can go back and get that. We're just going to research it for now.
Research finalized.
Go to components. Crystal battery needs plastic scraps and energy crystal. We're just going to make one, save us going back. Okay, so whilst that's doing that, we'll sleep.
Printing completed.
Okay, that's done. And now we can make our extractor. Perfect. Make the extractor and go to sleep.
Calories level is decreasing.
We're going to need to eat this, so we'll have some food. Perfect. Drink some water. Great. And at the same time, we can chuck down the things that we don't need. Looking at the researcher, energy crystal fuel is something we can make. Also the upgrader station, we still need some stuff for that. The upgraded tool charger, we don't need to worry about at the moment. We don't really need the crossbar and bolt, it's fine. Motherboard we can make later. That's fine. Balloon we don't need to worry about. And a medium oxygen tank. But in order to craft this, we need the upgrade station. So we'd have to make the upgrade station, then we'd have to place the upgrade station, then make the medium oxygen tank, and then we'd be able to survive longer under the water. So we could do that if we wanted to. Honestly, right now, there's no real need to. We just want the extractor. The extractor is what we really need. So now that we've got that extractor, we can now go back in and we can continue to do the things that we need to do. Now, I can't stress this enough, and I want to kind of mention this again to you. This is a multi-part process, right? You won't do all of this down there in the first go. You need to go down there, get the energy crystals, come back up, get the extractor, go back down there, come back up. So there's multiple times you're going to be going up and down doing this. And you could build up storage boxes and put everything down, but honestly, for right now, I wouldn't worry about it. There's just There's just too much to be able to worry. So I'm just going to drop all of this stuff here. This is kind of my resource pile of stuff that I know I'm going to need. Okay, so I'm just... anything that's like main resources is here. Stuff I don't care about is here. Stuff that doesn't really matter as well is there. Cool. So I can go back in now. Alright, so let's head back in. All of the other stuff is in the lift. That's fine. That can stay there. We've got it all there. It's fine. Don't waste your extractor on any of this. It's got a battery life. And if you find yourself getting carried away extracting everything, your battery is going to die in your extractor. And you want to make sure that does not happen. Okay? It's important. What we're going to do now, there's two things we're going to do here. The first is we're going to go back down to where that oxygen tank was. Where that oxygen tank was, there's an area that I want to show you. Now you're not going to do this, you're not going to copy me, I'm just going to show you. One, so that it reminds you of the way, and two, I want to show you where we're going to go next. Now this is not the way to go, okay, but I just want to show you, so do not follow me if you're playing the game. But we're going to follow these arrows all the way around here. Okay, we can run a bit as well. Always make sure you've got full energy as well, because you can run for further. Okay, we're going to come all the way into here, into this room here. And you'll know this room because this is where we parkoured up the top to get the oxygen up there. There is going to be this, this piece of metal, which kind of allows you to see. It's like a ramp. If you go behind it, we need to extract this wall. Okay, now you can come through here, but you can't get through because of this. So you can't go any further at the moment. We could take the battery, the crystal, but you can't go any further. But I wanted you to be aware of this. That's what we need the extractor for. It's very important to have the extractor for that. Okay, so now... oh, we missed a couple of these before. We'll grab them. Now we need to be heading out. So we're going to go back this way. All the way back. Follow these signs. Follow them all the way around. And we're safe. Okay. Now, that we need to go back there later, which is why I'm saying don't do it now, because we need to go there later. But you need to go there once you've got the hypothermia needle, or you've got the hypothermia. Now, what we want to do is we want to go up this yellow ladder. So we've done everything else in here. We've covered every other area. We want to come up here. We want to turn around, and we need to now do this. Okay, so now we've done this, we can get through this area. This was an area we couldn't get to before. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through here. Grab this energy battery. Climb up here. Climb around here. Around to here. Up here. And we're going to follow this all the way up. And we're going to keep going round. Keep going round. Up here. Okay. We're going to keep going. We're going to duck down here. We're going to come up here. Now, you can get out if you want to. You need a scanner. And we'll want to scan this device. Scan the device. And then pick up the battery. And we also want to scan this device. That's it. Now, if you're quick enough, you can get out. You can get out if you're quick enough. That's it. That's all you need to do up here. So at this point, do that and then get out. You don't need to use the crystal battery, and if you're worried, press escape and click unstuck. You'll be safe. But that's all you need to do. Once you've done that, and the reason I like to press escape and do this is because now we can go back upstairs. We needed to go back to the lift to go upstairs. We've still got our energy crystals. You're going to be using energy crystals later. I mean, it's easy enough to make them, so it's not a problem. But just bear in mind that you might want to consider how much kind of time and energy you put into wasting resources and building resources compared to like playing smart rather than hard. Okay, so now we're going to come outside. Now we know we can create... First of all, we need to research. We can go to the fabricator. We need the virus sample analyzer. So for this, we need energy crystals, polymer, and 2 electrical elements. Now, I know we've got electrical elements here somewhere. I just don't know where they are. And I can't find them. And this is where you might struggle a little bit trying to find stuff. So let's just put all of those down there. And let's actually just put all of this stuff together, because we know what it is. We can also just put these down here as well. Yeah, it's a little bit messy. I'm sure we had some. Electrical elements, no. Alright, well, in that case, we're just going to craft some. Electrical elements need copper and synthetics. Do I have that? That's just rod and food. So that's fine. We can just leave the rod and food there. Got synthetics there. Oh yes, so there's some copper. There's some more synthetics. I can make my electrical elements. Again, I know it's a bit messy. I appreciate that. You're going to thank me for this. We're going to make the Virus Sample Analyzer. Okay, now that's done, we can actually make it. So in order to make it, we need to come to Science, which is a new tab, and we need a motherboard, energy crystals, polymer. So let's make a motherboard. In order to make a motherboard, we need the following material. Actually, no, I think we need to we need to research it first, right? Yes. So we need copper, and we need a circuit board. So I'm pretty sure I had a circuit board. Yes, I do. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to use my circuit board. I'm going to make a motherboard. Now that's been researched, I'm going to need to craft it. Again, it's organised chaos. I know there's boxes everywhere, but I kind of know what everything is and where it all is. That's kind of what counts here. Okay, so the motherboard's done, so now we're going to fabricate a motherboard. In order to do this, I need copper, plastic, scrap, and circuit boards. So I'm going to need... I did have some more copper, I think. Yes, I do. I've got some more copper there. That's great. So I've got enough there. I've got enough plastic scraps, which is great. I just need 2 more circuit boards, and for that I need quite a lot of plastic scraps actually. So let's make some more plastic scraps. I might need to go and harvest some more synthetics to be able to do this. Think I'm going to. Yep, I don't have enough synthetics. And I don't think... Oh, I've got these here. I didn't even see these, look. Alright, so I can make a circuit board. If not, you could also go back to the wind farm where you can actually make the circuit boards. We need 1 more of these. So I don't have enough plastic scraps or electrical elements. So, okay. That's just polymer, so it's not going to help me. Chuck that down there. It's rotten food. Okay. So, checking out what I need. For the motherboard, I need a circuit board. I need 1 circuit board. For the 1 circuit board, I need 3 electrical elements and 15 plastic scrap. So let's just go and check in here, because remember, there was a lot of stuff that we left in the lift. So electrical elements and plastic scrap. And I know there's plastic in here. We just need to find out where it is. So let's look in the boxes first. Okay, we're going to drop the stuff that we can in here, so we kind of make a bit of space for ourselves, because that's always helpful to do. There's nothing in there that we need, but we can, again, drop some stuff off here that we don't need. These crystals, biomass, and we can put the metals in there as well, just for now. Check that. No. No, okay. Pick some more of this stuff up off the floor. We can chuck it into here. Energy crystal there, we can leave that as well. Arrows, we don't need those for now. It's mainly just those. Okay. Alright, so we do have the plastic scrap, which is good because we needed those. I think the rest of it is just these. Which, if I wanted to make the space, I could just put these in here and just drop them all together here, so they're all on the floor in one place. There's a lot of these. Yeah, okay, so that's everything that we've got at the moment that counts. We're going to head out. It looks like we're going to have to get ourselves some more synthetics, which is okay. It means we just got to repurpose the ship, or reposition the ship, sorry, so that we can gather some of them. We can see they're on the side, so we can grab them from there. but we need these electrical elements. So yeah, just synthetics is what we need. So let's just pick the ship up. And let's just move it back here. And there's loads there, which is great, so we'll just put it down right here. And that's fine. Alright, jump onto this and back to farming. It really shouldn't take too long to do this. There's so many here. And we only need enough to be able to make the bits that we need. Okay, so now that we've got that, come back here, make the electrical elements. Drink some water if you need to, eat some food if you need to. Okay, we can make our last circuit board that we need now. Go to sleep if you need to. Then it will be ready. And now we can make our motherboard. Again, go to sleep if you need to. Wake up. We've got a motherboard. Okay, perfect. Now that we've got that, we can see we've got a motherboard, energy crystals. We just need the polymer, which I know we've got because I remember putting it on the floor. There it is. And now I've got everything I need to make my virus sample analyzer. So we're going to craft that, go to sleep, wake up, take this, and now we can place it. It's a bit of a big one, so we're going to put it down sort of here, just so it's out the way. And this is fine, it works for now, because we can still get to this if we need to, and we can get to this. But this requires a crystal battery. Now, I know we've got a crystal battery, which is why I didn't want to use them all. Put the crystal battery in here, and now we can use it. Now, before we use it, we need to find these dust daisies. We need 2 dust daisies. We put the dust daisy into the virus analyzer, and we analyze the virus. Now, this is kind of like a mini game. There's a 3-part extraction process. What we're trying to do is extract the chromavirus here, this one. It is a medium negative neutral. So medium, an EMF generator is negative, and pH separator is neutral. So we have to do everything else. So if we do medium, it's going to destroy the sample. So what we want to do is look at large or small. If I look at large, can you see how it highlights the other 3 elements, but not the one we want? Well, this is great because that's what we want to do. We want to remove the other elements. So if we click on large, that is everything we need to do in the first step. We've completed it. Now it gets a bit difficult. We know we don't want medium, so we can do small or large. If we do large, we're actually going to remove 3 of these. So let's do that to get rid of 3 of them. There's 2 left. We know we can't do negative, so we can do uncharged or positive. And if we do positive, we're going to get rid of the other 2. So we've successfully done 2 of the 3 parts. Now it gets a bit more tricky. We can do small or large. Let's do large. We know we can't do negative, so we can do uncharged or positive. Well, positive does nothing. Negative's not good, so let's do uncharged to get rid of these 3. And now we need to hope we can do, yeah, there we go. So this is neutral, but alkaline is the other 2. So if we do alkaline, get rid of the other 2, we've now got the virus sample extracted. Now we just need to wait here. Here we go. We've got the vertigo virus. Okay, we've managed to do that. So now, if we come back to the fabricator and go to virus samples, okay, we can make this. If we have a dust daisy and an energy crystal, we can make the vertigo virus. Come back to the research now, and we can make a hypothermia booster, but we need the vertigo virus to do that. So we use the vertigo virus to make the hypothermia booster, and that's now going to research. But now we have no more samples. So what we need to do now is we can put another dust daisy in here, analyze it, click continue, because we don't have to redo the minigame. The reason we do that is because if we use it here, if we make it, we need an energy crystal and a dust daisy. Here, we don't need an energy crystal. We've got another one. It only cost us the dust daisy. That needs another battery. We'll put one in there in a minute. So now we can come across and we have a new tab here called boosters, and here we can make the hypothermia booster. Okay, so now we've got the hypothermia booster. I'm just going to quickly check. I think there's a battery here. I'll just grab that and put it in here while we're waiting. There's a few more things we could research. Upgraded tool charger, energy, crystal fuel. We can do this one actually. We can work through that. We're just waiting for this. Right, so now we've crafted our hypothermia booster. We've got our knife, we've got our scanner, and we've got our extractor. These are kind of the things that we need at the moment. And we've got our hypothermia booster. Okay? Everything else at the moment can kind of just stay here. We don't need to worry about it. So right now, I'm just going to dump everything else out. And I'm going to leave it here. Okay, because I don't want it at the moment. I don't need it. In fact, I don't even need a first aid kit right now. So I can leave that as well. But always keep them on us. Okay. Everything else is out. We've got everything we need. We're in good order with everything. Just fill up the water, get that working. Okay, jump out and we're going to head back downstairs for the final time. There are two things that we need to do right now. The first is we can now go back to that area that I showed you. And the reason I showed it to you is I want repetition. I want to keep showing it to you so you remember it. So we go back down. And if you remember that area, we're going to go left through the door, all the way around the back, to where the little ramp of metal is, to the bit where we extracted, to where that plant was. We're going to go round to there, because that is where we get the storage box. Now if you're smart and efficient and want to do it all together, you can do the oxygen tank and the storage box all at the same time. I like the idea of showing you this multiple times, because you kind of get used to it, right? So now we've got our extractor. What we're going to do is, before we go in, we're going to right click on the hypothermia booster to use it. Now we have hypothermia, but this will tick down, and so we've only got a limited amount of time to be in here. Now it's enough time, so don't worry, but we're going to keep running round to the left. Okay, and we're going to go this way, over here. So around here, through here, we extracted this. Oh look, we missed all of these energy crystals, so that's good. We'll grab all of these. And this is why we also did everything else first, because now this doesn't move. We can come through here now. Now we can come through here, we can grab everything that's in here. And there's loads of stuff in here. So we can grab all of this, and then what we want to do is we want to use the scanner on this box. Excellent. Okay, we want to grab everything else we have in here. And now we want to head out. That's everything in here done. And now we actually need an energy crystal. I didn't bring one in with me. That was my mistake. So I'm actually going to head back out to get one. But yeah, just once you've done that, come back out. Back round here. Back through to the left. Through this door. Okay, and we're going to go this way. Now you do really want an energy crystal here. So follow the signs. Get all the way out. I'm pretty sure there was an energy crystal. We had one in here. I may be mistaken. Yep, there is. Perfect. Okay, so this is what I want. I want this energy crystal. Okay, the other thing I want to do is dump everything else that I don't need at the moment. Just to get rid of it. Okay. I'll use that because I need some food. Perfect. Alright, we're ready to go back in. Okay, so now we've done everything we need to do there. We've got our energy crystal. The reason for that is because now we are going to use one of those things that we showed you. So we're going to go all the way back to where we just was. You can go through any room, it doesn't matter. You just want to go down here into the tunnels. So the tunnels, we couldn't access them before because of this plant. Now we can. So in here, we can chop this down if we want to. It's a dead end, but there's just a few things here that we can gather. Okay, you don't need to worry too much about it. We're going to go this way. And what we're looking for is kind of a middle section here. This middle section. Okay, it's a crossroads, so that it can go one of four ways. And there is one of these here. We're going to insert the crystal battery here, and we can now... Oh, there is actually a crystal battery next to it, which is perfect. But the idea here is we can now inhale oxygen. Okay, so we don't need to go back up. We're going to take one empty bottle. So we've got one empty bottle, and we're going to move some stuff across. So in this instance, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the plant oil across. And I'm actually going to empty the container of the rest of the plant oil, so it's empty. Okay, now we can go back the way we just come, which is that way. Okay, or we can go straight on, left or right. You can see the ladder. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to grab any more of these, I don't need them. We're going to go opposite the ladder. Opposite the ladder. Okay, we're going to go back this way. And we're just going to grab this. So we've got the crystal. This is the other way in, by the way. So this is where we was before. Remember where that ramp was? And there was this one as well. If we come down here and we turn left, this brings us to the same place. It's all connected in a big circle. Okay. And now we're going to here. So that takes us back out that way. That takes us back out that way. We are here. We're not going to go that way just yet. We're going to go up this ladder. Okay. There's also loads of empty bottles here. You don't need them. There's no need to take them. What we're going to do is we're going to go up this ladder here. And once we're up here, we're going to look around. There's some stuff to take here. Okay, we don't need to take any of that. Loads of these that we can take. These are really good, as you know, because they just save a lot of trouble from synthetics. And you can see this kind of plant thing that's here. I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't do anything with that. But what we're going to do, okay, if you walk up to it, now any of these that you walk up to, you should be able to... Oh, they've turned it off at the moment. Hold on one sec. Okay, so... Interestingly, they've actually turned this off. It was in the game. They seem to have removed it, but you were able to get some. You were able to get some material from this before, and that's what all the bottles were for. This was a way that you could get some plant sap, but they've. I think they've removed it in an update recently. You can't get it anymore, so no need to worry about that. But before, that was definitely something that was possible, and I was going to say, come in here with a bottle. Right, our energy is going down, so we're going to come back down. Oh. Now it's okay, because we can get our oxygen from here. Okay, so it appears that they may have temporarily taken it out, but what you would do is you would go up there and you would be able to get tree sap, which is why I used the large bottle for that. But again, it appears that they've taken it out, so for now, it doesn't look like you can do anything up there. The last way to go is down here, straight. This is the last place to go. We're going to grab these crystals on the way through, because always good to have these. And then we come to this opening. Now don't worry, you don't need to do anything, just walk. You don't need anything with you. And these things are going to try and jump on you. You're in a force field, you're protected. They can't get in, you can't get out. There's nothing you can do, nothing they can do.
From this point on, you will be on your own, but I am watching you closely.
There you go. So, that was kind of a what to expect and what's to come. And so now you've seen those. Now we can walk up to this one. We can analyze it. Okay, this is Posius mantis. It's a threat and something to worry about.
Oxygen level is low.
We can also grab the mantis glands off the back. And that's it. Your journey has just begun. The story will continue. There is so much more to experience here. Now is a good time to discover the mechanics you've missed, carry out further research, create new devices, and above all, get to know the world of Forever Skies better. We would be delighted if you could share your feedback with us to help us develop Forever Skies to make it even better. Expect new content to be added throughout early access, up to 4-player co-op, combat, and enemies, new locations, and more is on its way. And so that is it for the story mode so far. For early access. That's as far as you can go with a story. But you can continue, of course. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back out. We're going to make sure our oxygen, be careful. Come into this room, okay, and you can read this, Heart of Nature. They thought I was crazy, but the voice really exists. It led me all the way down here and showed me how to defeat the virus. And we need this. This is our pet. Hold E to rescue the pet. We now have a friendly insect. Okay, head back out. Your oxygen will be low, but that's okay because we only have to go to here, and that is why we used this one. That is why we used this, so we can get back out. And that's it. That's everything to do in the tunnels. So now we can leave. Make sure that you grab the pet, make sure that you get the storage container, And make sure also that you get the last thing that you need to get, remember, was the oxygen tank, the storage container, and the pet. Those are the three key things you need to get. The virus analyzer, you'd have to get that. You can't proceed without it. But don't miss the pet, don't miss the oxygen, and don't miss the storage container. They're vital. And that's it. We've got all of the resources, we've got everything that we need, and we are now ready to explore, build our ship, and do other things. My recommendation from now, once you've done everything, is to go back out to your ship and start to build it the way you want it to be. You've got nothing else to do on a story side of things now, but what you can still do is you can start to upgrade your ship, and now you should research the large storage boxes. Once you have that, and whilst you're here, I recommend putting a couple down, going back in there, grabbing all of the stuff, and then bringing it out and dumping it into the storage boxes. Now, in order to do that, you're probably going to need some more space. One of the things at the moment is we're very limited on space, so we can open up the builder, we can build, and we can start to make new rooms. But again, remember, there's a ship load, and that's something we're going to have to consider, and also something we're going to do in another video. So, I'm going to end this video here. That is everything you need to know about the tower and how to complete that part of the game. You've now experienced all of the available platforms. There are, if you're interested in it, question marks. You should go and visit all of the question marks, and you should also press the tab key, click on studies, click on scanner, and make sure you 100% all of these. Those are the continuation things that you can do right now, as well as building your ship. Look for all of the additions, all of those data cards, and get all of the additional panels and things for the ship. Build it out how you want, and have some fun with it. And we'll cover that in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.